Hello again, everyone, and we're back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about Venus sextile or Trine the Ascendant in the natal chart. Now, first off, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in the natal chart. They were a little bit concise. Some people may have referred to them as snappy, so what I decided to do is make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is, well, if you have Venus sextile or trine the ascendant in a natal chart, it may be very easy to express love, which is Venus, for the outer self, which is the ascendant. Now, let's say if you have the ascendant in Gemini as an example, that outer self, maybe one that's very inquisitive, restless, always wanting information, versatile, multifaceted, loquacious, adaptable, quick-witted. If the ascendant is in Taurus, as another example, that outer self may be very grounded, stable, steady, loyal, steadfast, trustworthy, stolid, very composed, placid, calm, as another example. Now, also, too, you may readily find the energy and vitality, which is the ascendant, to generate income and make money, which is Venus. Now, the thing about this is, let's say, Venus is in Aries as an example. You may make money through the military, doing something pioneering, innovative. It may be doing something with a profession with the head, such as hat or helmet design. It could be doing something in connection with a volatile sport, such as football or hockey, or even the combative sports, which can include boxing, judo, wrestling, as some examples. Now, also, too, if you have Venus sextile or trine the ascendant in a natal chart, it may also manifest in having little difficulty in terms of valuing, which is Venus, new beginnings, which is the ascendant. If the ascendant, say, is in the zodiac sign Cancer, as an example, new endeavors, new beginnings, may be connected with restaurant, cooking, culinary work. It may be doing something with real estate, home remodeling, renovation. It could be doing something connected with a laundry or plumbing business, as some examples. Now, also to the appearance, which is the ascendant, may be beneficial in terms of your self worth, your self esteem, how you feel about yourself, which is Venus. Now, let's say going to the ascendant in Virgo as an example, that the appearance may be one that's very clean, neat, meticulous. Virgo rising often has small, delicate features. There's often a very intellectual look to Virgo rising people. And the thing about this is as well, if you have Venus sextile or trine the ascendant in the natal chart, another way it may be expressed is that it may be easy for you in terms of finding that drive, which is the ascendant, for artistic endeavors, which is Venus. Now, let's say, if Venus is in Pisces, as an example, artistic endeavors, may be tied in. It could be abstract art, it could be fictional, fantasy art that's connected with the sea, boating, fishing, the ocean, as some examples. If let's say, if Venus is in, let's say it's in Scorpio, as another example, artistic endeavors, maybe ones that are connected with the supernatural or the occult, which includes astrology, it could be Gothic art. Um, Venus in Gemini could be very like animated art, cartoon, type of art, as some examples. Now, another thing too is that the relationships, which is Venus, may be advantageous to your outlook on life, which is the ascendant. Now, let's say the ascendant is in Capricorn as an example. That outlook on life can be one that's connected with consistency, structure, discipline. Taurus ascendant can have a very down-to-earth outlook on life, being very pragmatic. I'm sorry, say that again, pragmatic. Doing things, with a lot of, very methodical, deliberate energy. As some examples, Sagittarius rising, could have a very optimistic, expansive outlook. Trying to see the glass half full. Being very, jovial, jocular, having a sense of humor about things as another example. Now, also to a grandparent and people, prominent in your early childhood, which is the ascendant, may be very beneficial and positive in terms of your talents and abilities. And when I say, being beneficial and positive in your talents and abilities, well, it could be simply them, assisting you in terms of the development of those talents and abilities, or it could be that they can those people may have actively engaged themselves in those activities that are associated with talents and abilities. If Venus is in Gemini, as an example, those talents and abilities, may be tied in with manual dexterity, which can include auto or refrigeration mechanics. It may be doing something, related with communication, such as writing or journalism. Um, it could be even mimicry in some cases, doing something, like a Gemini related, type of sport. I would say even, Venus is about what we enjoy as well. It could be something like a quick reaction sport such as badminton, racquetball, table tennis as some examples. Now, another thing too is that, um, those same people, grandparent and people prominent in your early childhood, may be very helpful in terms of dealing with any legal issues, which is Venus if you do have any. Now, Venus going to Gemini again as an example, legal issue may be tied in with somebody, plagiarizing your work or doing or forging one of your checks. As an example, Venus and Taurus may be tied in, just maybe simply being robbed, or maybe you were, victim of, some monetary related crimes such as embezzlement or extortion, as some examples. Now, also too, um, Venus sextile or Trine ascendant in a natal chart may also manifest readily, being able to, find that environment which is the ascendant that is peaceful, which is Venus. Now, the thing about this is, now let's say, if you have your ascendant in Aries, you may be in an environment that may be somewhat, aggressive and combative. But if you were trying to find, an environment that may be more, peaceful, it would be, you may easily be able to do it, with these aspects. Now, also too, if there's any, issues that are connected with the neck, the throat, thyroid, kidneys, or lower back, which is Venus, it's less likely to have an adverse effect on your vitality and energy, which is the ascendant. Now, let's say if Venus is in Aquarius, as an example, if there are any issues with what I just stated that's anatomically connected with Venus, it may be more intermittent, sporadic, erratic, it may be more nerve related. Um, Gemini may be more, superficial, related issues as some examples, and also to important friends and the significant other, which is Venus, may likely be compatible, with your outer demeanor and the qualities that are naturally expressed, which is the ascendant. Now, let's say if the ascendant is in Pisces, as an example, those qualities that you may naturally express can be ones that are very, altruistic, compassionate, forgiving, sacrificing, empathetic, intuitive. If the let's say if the ascendant is in Leo, as an example, it could be very gregarious, extroverted, flamboyant, showy, charismatic, Energy that's expressed outwardly, very generous and magnanimous, being very generous and magnanimous as well. Creativity as some examples. Now, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, everyone, say, stay well.